There was once a man named Raghav. Not a hero, not a villain, just a man, trying to figure out where he belonged in the mess called life. At 38, Raghav was tired. Not the kind of tired sleep could fix, but the kind that crept into his bones, into his soul. He had dreams once, big ones. He wanted to be a writer not for fame, not for likes just to be heard, to say something real in a world full of noise. But then, life happened. Bills, responsibilities, rejections, family that didn't believe, friends who moved on, publishers who said, "You're good, just not good enough." So, he quit trying. He took a stable job, answered emails, filled spreadsheets, smiled on cue. He became functional, but deep inside, every unspoken word piled up like rust. One day, after a particularly soul-crushing office review and a silent dinner alone, Raghav sat by the window. Rain tapped on the glass like it had something to say. He whispered to himself, "Maybe this is it. Maybe some people just live and fade." He wasn't planning anything drastic. He just didn't care anymore. No spark, no anger, no hope. And then, like fate was listening, his phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. It said, "Sir, I found your short story online. It saved me from doing something terrible. I don't know who you are, but thank you. Your words reminded me I still matter." Raghav blinked, startled. He barely remembered uploading that story years ago. It had 3 likes, 1 comment, no shares. He almost deleted it out of embarrassment. And yet, it reached someone. It made a difference. He made a difference. In that moment, a strange thought came to him. What if I gave up right before someone else needed me? That night, he pulled out his old notebook. Dusty, yellowed, full of half-finished stories and full-blown regrets. He started to write again. Not for likes, not for validation, but because something inside him had started to breathe again. Days turned into weeks. He wrote in trains, during lunch breaks, late at night with cold tea and tired eyes. He didn't quit his job, not yet, but he reclaimed something. His will. One day, he was invited to speak at a local school. A teacher had read one of his blog posts and thought the students could use a dose of realness. Raghav stood there nervously, facing a room full of teenagers more interested in their phones than his face. He told them everything. About failure, about numbness, about giving up, and the text message that pulled him back. He ended with this: "If you have regrets, it means you still care. And if you still care, you're not done yet." Silence. Then, one student clapped. Then 2, then all. One girl walked up after and said, "I was planning to drop out. I thought no one would understand. But I think I'll stay." Years passed. Raghav eventually published a book. It didn't top charts, but it found hearts. He never became famous, but he became something more powerful, authentic. He kept writing, kept speaking, kept living with purpose. All because he didn't let regret become the end of his story. Moral: you may think your life is small, that your words don't matter, that your efforts are invisible, but to someone they are everything. So if you're breathing, you're not done. If you regret, it means your soul still cares. And if you still care, you still have something to give.